Hello and welcome to the Irish Hunting Podcast, brought to you by myself, Brendan Maguire, and Anthony Grogan. We're going to be bringing you all the best hunting, fishing and field sports from around the country. Hello and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast on episode 31. We're going to be massaging your earlobes for the next hour and a half or so as we discuss our recent fox and rabbit hunt where we tested out some new and impressive gear. We'll also be bringing you up to date with news in the industry, what's happening, some upcoming events, be it hunting, fishing, field sports, etc. So keep the calendars free for that one. And we also bring you our very, very first edition of the Let's Talk Gear segment where we discuss the amazing Pulsar Helion XP50 Pro. Hope you all enjoy. Anthony Grogan, how are you getting on, lad?
Oh, you're Brendan. This is a bit different, isn't it?
This is a bit different, lad. It's weird not having you here beside me. It's almost...
Yeah, I can't. I can just about see your eyebrows there.
I'm the same, man. I can see the top rim of your glasses.
Yeah, this is God, man. Yeah, my laptop. I'm in a bit of a tight area here, so my laptop won't go back any further. So this is as good as you're getting, buddy.
This is as good as it gets. So for anyone that's wondering, I'm in HQ here, and you are down in
Galway.
Down in Galway, lad. Living the dream.
Living the dream. Yeah, I've a sup of Baja whiskey here beside me.
Jesus Christ, lad. Good for you, right?
And do you know what I did as well?
Yeah.
And it's fucking paining me now, but I'm giving them a shout out anyway because I was thirsty coming back over the other
day. You were in Farrington's.
Farrington's, yeah. I'm on the Clever Plucker.
The Clever Plucker, lad. Did they give you a few cans? They did.
No.
Oh, you're serious. Right. No. Oh, okay.
No, I got them myself.
You had to buy them yourself. Oh my God. Okay. What do you reckon? What's it taste like?
Well, it is nice now.
Is it?
It is nice.
Yeah.
No. I had a good chat with the head brewer there, and he gave me a little bit of a tour of the place. And yeah, look, it's great to see local business, and we're giving it a bit of a shout out because it is local. It's getting off the ground, and I'm hoping a little bit of employment and stuff like that is in the area. And you know us, we give that, and that's nice a shout.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, without a doubt. I, on the other hand, am on this very lovely, unique, and distinct bottle of Luke's Head.
But you see, for those of us who overdid it the night before the podcast.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Hands up.
Yeah. That's me.
That's you.
Exactly, yeah. I was down in the beautiful, I was in Killarney on, when was I? I want to mix up today. I was in Killarney on Thursday, stayed in Listowel last night, and ended up doing a pub or two in Listowel. And it's such a class Irish thing, man, isn't it? It's something I like to do. Obviously, I'm away, go about work, but I just love, like, well, yeah, it doesn't not always turn into a big session or anything, but just to walk into a pub and just sit at the bar and talk to people that you've never met before in your life and just have a bit of crack.
Brilliant. And it's one of the few places in the world I think you can do that where people actually are open to that kind of we're renowned for it, aren't we? Our pubs and that.
Absolutely, man. Without a doubt. I was just sitting there last night, and there was a couple of us. We were in John B. Keane's, who everyone knows that is the famous writer. We're in his bar in Listowel, and I was just sitting there chatting. And next thing, this fella came in. He was Manchester, I suppose, reared, born in Ireland, and just got chatting to him. And he was a judge in Hong Kong for 32 years, and just going through some of it. It was just class. You know what I mean? When would you get the chance?
And look, I think just what we were saying there, I'd say probably, look, it fucking is. It's the one place, I'd say, in the world where if you want to go in and you want to sit on your own and mull over your thoughts, whether you're famous, not like yourself, Brenny, or if you're like myself.
Oh, the paparazzi, man. My eyes are killed.
You the podcast man,
yeah. Okay.
But Jenny, if you're Mick Jagger and you go into the pub and you don't want people to annoy you, you can come over here and one of the Rolling Stones used to live in Prosperous there, as you probably know, and he go down to Dowland's regular there, and nobody fucking passed remark on him, you know.
No, 100%.
And like that, that's one of the few places. So he wanted to go on a tear up, and he didn't want anyone putting in the newspaper. Now, I
Yes.
suppose you have a heap of agents that would do it now, but by and large, I think in general terms, we can do that. Or I can sit up and as you say, not to the fella next door, next to you, and have
Yeah.
a great conversation. So
Yeah. Honest to God, yeah. No, it was grand now. Bit worse for the fucking wear today now, but you're looking a couple of hours. Guinness was just next level, man.
cream, was it?
Everyone was better than the one before. It was fucking class. So yeah. So anyway,
Until the last one.
until the last one, then reality sits and you hit the bed and you go, Jesus Christ, I'm up in a couple of hours. But anyway, it was
On we
all
go.
on. On we go, onward and upward. Come here, what's the crack? What's been going on?
What's been going on, Brady? Jeez,
Heaps.
loads. Where do we start? I can't remember where we finished. So
Where do we finish? I was in Nav on Wednesday night for the Meath Regency Game Council meeting. So that was interesting, I suppose, to say the least.
Are you going to elaborate there, Brady? Are you just going to leave that cliffhanger?
No, I don't think I think if I elaborate anymore, then it was good. In fairness, the lads they're trying their damnedest, and they're probably struggling with some areas with some back and from maybe the main powers to be, but they're working hard. There's some. I showed you some of the numbers of the Vermin numbers, unbelievable. The Vermin count, some serious great work going on in some of the clubs. So it was good. Yeah, it's good. It's good to see it, and there's a good bit of money in circulation, and clubs are, I suppose, reaping the benefits of doing the Vermin. It's great. It kind of gets a bit of excitement going. It's a good idea, I think, and I honestly believe not all regional game councils hold meetings, and it just baffles me if you're a regional game council and you're not holding meetings every couple of months or whatever. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you need to be getting your members together, like.
Yeah, but I did look. We've mentioned a few times, like communication is the problem in the organisation of which we're both involved in. And look, at that comes down, and it's not always the top level. I would suggest like that's middle level there. You know what I mean? Like that's the men on the ground. You know, you need to bandy together and say, lads, hold on a minute.
Absolutely,
we're all clubs there. The chairman of every club should come together and say, look, we need to meet here. You know, that's. Simple as that, and send a delegate to the national meeting and come back with the relevant information. How the feck are you supposed to know about game crop subsidies or bird subsidies or vermin, or the derogation? And you don't know any of that, if you don't go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, without a doubt. But look, it was. I tell you what was great about it too, because we're obviously like we're in April now, and we're a bit away, but it kind of gets the, what would you say? It's all hunting, it's all business from September up until the end of February, and then you've kind of a bit of a lull. So it's a great way of getting lads together and kind of gets you excited, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to say.
I said there was a few excited down there Wednesday night.
There was a few lads overly fucking excited. Yeah. But we'll move.
Chairman.
We'll move fucking swiftly on. And then we were coming home and seeing two massive big hinds out on the side of the road.
Yeah, you sent me a picture of that. Yeah,
it was deadly, man. Yeah, it was
two little buttes. Yeah.
Nice, very, very nice. Yeah, so that was my Wednesday night. What about yourself? We were out, obviously hunting.
Yeah, we were out. Yeah, which the NARGC cares the countryside program, the colouring competition. I collected all them, the two winners of our local schools entries into that, and submitted them yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So dropped a few prizes and bits and pieces into the two schools just for the kids. Very so that good. Seems to be a good success. What else we at? Yeah, on Wednesday night then I went fox shooting. You were in the throes of business, as they say.
Yeah.
And I told my darling wife I'll be home in an hour.
It's never going to happen.
I picked that trick up from you. It works mighty the first 5 times.
They just don't bother listening after that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. You'd late one.
So yeah, 1:30, I arrived back in. So yeah, there was as we both know, there was a farmer there. What was it? Inundated with foxes there for last while. So
yeah,
I worked my way up to his fields. So I checked all the rest of them. And funny enough, do you know what I'm noticing, Bernie? Like it's later and later the foxes seem to be moving, man. Like up until I went out about 9:30, 10:30. I know it was kind of still dusky at that stage, but Seen very little up until about 11:30 ish. You know,
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
and I'm
that makes
plenty.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm plenty of action then from then until after one.
yeah. That's a fair point because I used to go out like kind of during the winter months. Obviously, it was dark. I used to go out anytime from 7:30 onwards, and
Yeah,
used to see a few. Excuse me, used to see a few, and then I kind of stopped going because you wouldn't see any, and I wouldn't usually be staying out, after probably 12 o'clock. But yeah, that's a good point. Could be onto something there. Yeah,
yeah. That's look. Anyway, that's what I just noticed. Last few times it's been similar enough. You might see the odd one.
yeah.
Out 9:30, 10-ish. But by and large, that's from that time. It was a hub of activity. Anyway, I seen in that farmer's one field. And this lead on to a funny story because I was talking to him afterwards. But five. I didn't know. And some other fella had me collar, so I couldn't. I had to work.
Some other.
Me handheld thermal, me fucking rifle, me sticks, and my lovely whistling game or calling game on my hand. All the one. You can just imagine. It was like,
Oh, Jesus Christ! You want to be like the Bionic Man or something? Yeah.
but it still came in, and that'll tell you. Like, I mean, I literally, there was one lad I was calling like a fecker, and
Yeah.
I'd put down the hand and pick up the handheld and have a look through it, and I could see him, and he was just peering back at me, and it was in between a couple of sheep. I said, "Fuck, if he just comes another couple of yards, to the right hand side, I'll get a pop at him."
Yeah.
And I just literally turned around, and there was one about 50, 60 yards away from me, just snaking
No.
in behind me. So yeah, swung around, and yeah, popped him. I had that second lad came a little bit, and he was between the herd of sheep and a bush, and he was making his way for the bush, heading towards the house. I knew if he went in there, I couldn't safely take a shot, so I had a little pop at him. And just, I'd say there's a few hairs gone off his tail, all right, but
Okay.
no,
Okay.
it was close, but not close enough, unfortunately.
Close but no donut. How to say? What's the same? Close but no cigar. Yeah.
Close, but that's the one.
Close but no
Geez, you're on
cigar.
farm. I tell you.
I had it there. I knew it was there somewhere. I just had to get it out.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was that night. So yeah, finished up about 1:30, 2:45. And funny story, right? I mean, Avril, of course, was waiting for me to come in. Well, not waiting for, but she says she'd just be worried. I don't know. She was snoring when I come in, man. So I'm not so sure when she's all that worried.
Not a fucking bit worried, is she? I can guarantee you she's not.
And so I came down up to the house and I slowed down and I said, "No, I'm going straight into bed. I'm going straight." And I drove straight by the house down to the end of the lane. I just checked the field.
Man, I thank God because my van does the very same thing. I don't know what it is.
It's a Ford.
It's a Ford.
Volkswagen have it too.
I'm telling you, man. I need to get onto them over that. Yeah, it just
It's
won't.
like Zoolander, won't turn left.
Yeah, it just won't. Oh, it's cat, isn't it? It is cat.
So, and then I rang the farmer, just told him, look, I said, I got one and I'll go back up again. And I told him there was 5 that I seen, and there was one of them, which I don't know whether it was the same one or it was another one, so it could be potentially 6. But so yeah, and I said to him, look, there's fields next door, sheep farmer, and just say to him if you don't mind, because we're coming from that end of the town, as they say. Would he mind if I, have a peep into it, and I take care of the problem? And the farmer says, "Now, will they know the difference between a sheep and a fox?" And I said, "I tell you what you do now. You tell him he'll take care of the foxes himself."
Yeah. Jesus. How'd you do there?
I don't know. I was going to ask him, well, when you're lambing, do you know the difference?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lad, that is unreal. That is unreal. So Asher, look, it was great to get out. It was great to get out on you, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and it was a beautiful night. Night.
Yeah. We were lucky this week. I don't know what's given for the weekend. I'm not too. Someone said it's be fairly good. I think, is it?
I think it's be reasonable enough. Yeah, dry enough. Hopefully.
I might get out this evening. I'm not sure now. I have been gone away for 2 days, so we'll see. Yeah. I'll put in my submission and see.
Look, She'll never notice, Brenny.
She'll
Won't
never.
notice her gone.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Honest of okay. Sure, look, we'll chance it on. Come here. I suppose we will talk about a little bit of news. We'll start our news segment. Got some class stuff going on and has gone on, I suppose, in the previous week. And I think it's a great time. I think, like, people, I know, before we get into it, I know a lot of people give a lot of stick to Facebook and social media and stuff, but in fairness, only for it, we wouldn't probably know half the stuff that is going on in the industry. So it's absolutely brilliant. But I'm just going to kick it off first with the first one. This actually happened last weekend. Previously, it was the Olympics of fishing, basically the World Championships of fishing, which was held in Loch Mucknaw up in County Monaghan. So we had 28 teams from 18 countries competing in the World Championships for feeder fishing in Loch Mucknaw, which is in Castleblaney, which is another fine part of the world. So I just think this is fantastic, and I think I'll be honest with you. I think one of the best things that I've seen in that was that it was covered by RTE News. So I don't often give you credit, but good on you. That was
well. I was just ready to pounce there, man. I was ready to pounce. I said, why isn't that fucking covered on the news?
Yeah.
There you go. It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Honest to God. So yeah, more of that, please. More.
I don't listen to the news anyway, so I would have missed it. But
yeah. You're too busy watching TikTok or something.
I'd be great about giving out about
it. I'm actually going on a big rant about it. It's already on it. But that was that.
Right, over to me, is it?
Over to you, lad.
All right, okay. I know the 30th of April, this Sunday, there's the continuation of the Spring League clay shoot. It's in Ballyjamestuff. There's 2,600 in prizes in this league. So I think it's held by, well, obviously Cavan RGC. I got the information on their Facebook page, so if you want to pop onto their page, you'll get all the information, and I think they have leaderboards and stuff up there, so all are welcome. So I think you can go down and attend, and it'll be a good day by all accounts. So
that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. What are we saying here? Maximum cost per shoot €20, and re-entry will cost the same. So yeah, that's under 18s proof of age will cost €10 for nothing, for fucking nothing.
For a day's sport,
For a day's sport, exactly. That's brilliant, man. That is absolutely class. So head over, I suppose. So that's on the Cavan RGC Instagram or Facebook page. Yep. Super stuff. Next thing we want to give a shout out to is on Sunday, the 4th of June. It's the Westmeath Qualifier and Open Clay Shoot. High gun, €200 prize for all stand winners, €25 per entry, 3 entries for £65. It starts at 10 a.m, final card 4 p.m, shoot offs 5 p.m. All welcome. Locate that's in Bunsala, Croghan, County Offaly. And again, I think there will be more information on that on our Facebook page.
Brilliant. So plenty of good shooting tournaments there for lads who want to get involved.
Exactly. Good with the clay shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you keep your eye in for the, because we're not too far away from the season now. Again, we won't feel it rocking in. So keep the eye in and get together with a few like-minded people.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah.
Right. The next one is this is interesting, right? The Militaria and Collectibles Fair. So this is all things kind of military, ex-military and old collectibles type memorabilia and stuff. And it's in the West County Hotel. Doors open at 10 a.m. until 2 a.m. It's on tomorrow, the 29th of April. Yeah. And admission is €5,
Yeah, exactly. Kids under 14 free as well. Like, Jesus, that's class.
Well, more than your young fella, might be, in awe of all that type of stuff, So get yourself down there, put in a few hours on Saturday morning.
Something totally different, but yeah, that's. I've never been to anything like that now, to be honest with you. But that'd be. I just think there's nothing about that I wouldn't like to see. So I think that'd be absolutely class, brilliant.
Cool.
And I think there's more on that on the Classic Service Rifle Ireland's
Facebook
page as well. So,
yeah,
deadly stuff. Happy days. I suppose we will move on to our very, very first ever. This took a bit of doing, more than we probably thought, but our very, very first segment of Let's Talk Gear. on our episode 31. So, Anthony, you tell us, what are we reviewing this week?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Untethered and Wanderwise, where adventure has no age limit. We're your co-host, Heidi Brandist and Nikki Mahandro, and we're here to inspire and celebrate women over 45 who are embracing their independence and want to explore the world on their own terms.
Right, so this week we have this little bad boy here is it's a Pulsar Helion XP50 Pro. And the lads in Thomas Jacks sent this down to us to review. And it's handheld thermal. And what a piece of kit this is, Bernie.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Like it's like me and you would have been trekking the fields. Well, it should get us in earlier, right? But it doesn't. All it means is just you can check more fields in the same amount of time that you normally do.
Yeah, you just get to cover more.
Cover more ground. That's
exactly.
basically it.
Yeah, that's basically it.
So it saves a whole pile of cursing at the end of the field. Well, fuck it anyway. I was full sure.
I was sure that was on. Oh, honest to God, yeah.
And when you get those pair of clowns together, that is there's definitely this field here. They're definitely so it eliminates all of that old stuff. So
it's brilliant.
Yeah, look, it's a great piece of gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have a little bit of data, so we'll go through some technical stuff for those who are that way inclined.
Yes,
and then we'll kind of go through the kind of that'll feed into our, because me and you used it on a hunt the other night, and that'll feed nicely into that. So we'll do the kind of the science geeky stuff first. So
go for it. Yep.
Right. So we're kicking this off, and I want people just to if you can imagine, it's about 9 inches long, Brady?
Yes. Yeah.
It's right-handed. Little sleeve for your hand. Four buttons on a power button, so 5 buttons on the top. And basically, this thing is so a couple of features. The battery, right? This battery is not just a standard battery. And by the way, just before we kick it off, we're not a Pulsar rep. All we're doing is we're giving you the technical data. You can make up your own mind thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
Because we will have both you and I are a little bit critical of some of the items on it.
Yes.
So the first item for all the science boys is ASS. ASS. Right, so you remember that?
Remember that one. Yeah, okay.
So A is for the amount of pixels. It's 640 by 480. That's the amount of pixels in the screen, right?
Yes.
And apologies to any of the really sciencey lads if I get any of this wrong, but I'm trying to get it as right as I can.
Yeah, I'm impressed already. So keep going.
Just leave it at that, will we? So S is the size of the pixels. These are 17 okay? So basically that denotes 17 like you can go down to 12 but that's the as far as I know the thermal sensors in the unit itself. Mm-hmm. And Pulsar, believe it or not, they're European. They're bound by European laws and regulations, so they kind of pride themselves on exactly what their unit says it does. So it doesn't do better or worse, it just does what it says. Because all of this data is kind of open to interpretation from, say, for argument's sake, the Chinese brands, etc., can fluctuate. And I had a little bit of insight into how the thermal sensors they're made on a kind of like a disc. So if you can imagine a disc, so the internal thermal sensors are better than the ones on the outer rim of the disc, even though they're all made as the same. What would you say? With the same kind of data. So you can essentially be buying your little sensors. These are all tiny, obviously. But Pulsar picked the ones from the middle of that disc to ensure that they have the highest quality, etc., etc. So, and as far as I know, again, they're made in France. Them sensors. So, and then the last S is the sensitivity. It's the NETD. So the lower this figure, the more sensitive. So this unit here, now obviously this is there's a new upgrade due, I think, sometime during the summer, if I'm not mistaken. But this unit here is less than 25 NETD. So that unit's always operating below 25. You can get units that are go down to 24, 23, but Pulsar say that it's 25 and below is their benchmark. Their battery, it's a square battery, lithium ion, but it's a smart battery. So this battery, like if for instance, if Pulsar, it's not just like your 18650s or any of that type of stuff. It's they say if they detect that for some reason that the battery is depreciating too quickly, or if there's they can do upgrades by means of you can download your upgrades and that'll talk directly to the battery, so they can tweak the battery performance.
Okay.
With upgrades and stuff like that, which is I didn't know.
Brilliant.
The F value in this unit is 1. Again, you can get down to 0.9, I think, is available in some of the Chinese models, but it's debatable because it's open slightly to interpretation on that.
Okay.
And then the modes. So you have again, we've been tweaking around with this. This unit's waterproof, so you can go out in the rain. If you drop it in a puddle, you can pick it back up and wipe it off. And obviously, you don't want to submerge it in water, but for too long. But literally,
Yes.
if you're crossing a ditch and it falls in, you can pick it back out, go again.
Away you go. Yeah.
The warranty, I think there's a 3-year warranty on this thing. And again, the price range in this is just under $4,000, I think.
Okay.
So it's not there's Wi-Fi on it. Talk to your phone. You can take photos and you can record. It has the PIP, which was, I think, Pulsar, if I'm not mistaken, were pioneers in both this technology, the picture-in-picture, and also it has a sleep mode. So, to save battery life, you can just lightly press on the power button. It'll go into sleep mode, and they pride themselves on this. There is an instant start up the minute you push that power button. So some units take up to 16 seconds to power back up because you have thermal sensors and all that sort of stuff, but they prided themselves on this. You press the button immediately, within like a split second, you're back in action.
You're back up and running. Okay.
She's up to 20-yard mag. Again, aftercare. Thomas Jacks obviously are available for all the aftercare. There's some of these units, like obviously older models, have been in circulation for a couple of years now, and they're all open to depreciation of batteries and maybe parts and stuff like that. So, but the guys there are always in hand. They believe that every one of these, be it the older model or new model, is there to represent their brand, which I like. I like that kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the Mercedes style. They pride themselves in the being out there, you know what I mean, and being in use,
Yeah, I suppose it's nice to have something and not be just like, right, that's it, good luck. We're here if you need us. I like that. Yeah. That's good. Definitely. And
then they've just 3 modes then on a machine. NHU, so you have kind of normal, you have high, and then ultra. And again, you could take this unit out, and this is the one thing I've been playing around with the last probably night or two. And you leave it on the settings that you had the night before, and that's very kind of blurry, or it's not as clear. But again, this unit is sensitive to fog or rain or heat. So again, if you're after a really sunny day, it'll perform different than if you're going out at night in fog. So there's settings on it to adjust for. So what you do is, what they recommend you do is, before you go out hunting, you're packing your stuff in the bag, turn on your fucking thermal, check it for the conditions you're going out to, not the ones that you've left behind. So that's the kind of the overview of it. Other than that, it's pretty fucking simple to use, You resume 20 times mag, as I say. Now, that's all the good and nice stuff. There's a couple of little things we didn't like, Brady.
Yeah, I suppose I started off. Now, obviously, it was very impressive. It was my first time to use thermal, but it was phenomenally impressive, and it's for lads that are actively out there and hunting foxes. It's I think if this is something you actively participate in, while you might say the price tag's a little bit high, but I mean, it's like Anthony, a lot of lads, this is all they do, and if this is what you do and you're serious about it, yeah, this is it's a really class piece of kit to have. That
Yeah.
being said, one or two little minor suggestions on things. I suppose the first one being was that power button. Instead of it being to the
Extreme front of the machine.
extreme front, it'd be nice to have that at the back end of it, say closer to your, where it was easier to just bang on or off. That was one,
Yeah.
I suppose, one little thing that could be changed. I suppose relatively simply. And then the other was when you open and close the lens cover. Obviously, there's a plastic sort of a lens cover on it. I just thought, wouldn't it be fantastic if like some of the older cameras in the day, that was your on-off one? Essentially once that was
Sleep
opened.
button. Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that would have been great, But
Yeah. Another little thing, right, that's kind of irks me is it's right-handed, this one. Now, obviously, they're made predominantly for that market, right?
Okay.
But if you're right-handed, you're going to have a right-handed gun,
Yes.
And normally, I think I'm not alone here. You throw that right-handed gun over your right-handed shoulder.
Yeah.
So to work a right-handed thermal alongside your right-handed gun is a little bit tricky, So I'd love, and I think they've done it on the new model, the Telius, I think. They're doing a kind of ambidextrous model, so you can pick it up with your left hand, be spotting, and already have your gun ready in your right hand, like ready to mount or whatever,
Yeah, deadly. Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, because you could have it on the sticks, gun resting on the sticks. And just on the left hand, next thing drop it down, and true. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's just one little what would you say, slight on it. And the last thing as well, which I noticed the last night I was out, the carrying case, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little thing for throwing over your neck and carrying it, but it bounces, and it's cluttery and clumsy. So yeah, I would recommend a lanyard, like a neck holster or something like that for this.
Yeah,
because I had trouble with it. I actually at one stage I had to like shove it down my jacket pocket because I couldn't open the top of the lid, get that back into the box, and try and get my gun stable. Do you know what I mean? It was too many things I had to.
Yeah, small little things. Not they're not major, but little things that make a difference. Yeah, I like the clasp was kind of banging on it. I noticed the other night, so
that's exactly it.
Yeah, I had to kind of tuck it in to stop that. So kind of pay things. That aside, like we said, this is game changing. To be out there in a field and just basically being able to see in the dark, I suppose. Obviously night vision is essentially that, but on night vision, obviously it's not as clear. It's certainly not as clear. And B, you are effectively emitting, although a very, very slight, a red light from your infrared. So yeah, foxes, we've seen that first.
Yeah, they're getting used to it.
Yeah. Where it's gas when you and when you use both side by side. I noticed this the other night that when I was kind of looking at a fox and he was just mooching around, he wasn't passing any heed, and next thing with the rifle up, didn't make any noise. Infrared switch was turned on, and instantaneously that fox lifted his head.
Yeah.
So something he had caught that.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't enough to spook him or anything like that, but he
does know it's there.
He knows it's there. Then, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think that's that unit. I hope we've done it justice. I think it's a fantastic unit. There's some of these units still available. I think Wild Hunter have a couple there. They were advertising during the week. The Lakelands, I think, has them, or as far as I know.
Okay.
And a couple of places around the country.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've often thought, like, oh, geez, if I was spending that type of money on the handheld, so I get the thermal scope, but I just think the handheld is for spotting, obviously, just so easy, and then obviously we've the night vision as well. And the last thing, actually, this is where it kind of differentiates from a little. So again, you probably won't notice this until you have so many others in your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all the sensors in these are of the same quality as I just outlined, right? And the difference being, so if you're looking at your picture through your lens, right? So there could be 20 animals in that picture. the ones with the lower quality thermal sensors, right? You'll get a really clear picture of it'll determine, oh, the one in the middle of the picture is the one you want to of interest. So it'll give you real clarity on that one, but the peripheral one will be dull. Whereas this one, as we probably noticed, you can glance across, everything is of the same, what would you say?
Quality.
Image quality, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And that's because, now, again, obviously, if you're moving that really, really, really quick, obviously it's going to, fluctuate because it's trying to, settle down and focus again. But again, if you're just holding it static, all the images in that picture are the same resolution and the same quality. So that's another small little thing. The guys actually have said to us that, and this is, look, we're going to talk about this probably at the end of it, but that if it's not a sales night, but they'll come down and they'll do an information night, do a stand for us, maybe in a hotel or similar, and give a kind of an information, even bring all their products down and let guys hold them in their hands, test them out the field. So yeah, we might just look at that. I think there's a lot of interest in these units. So and there's nothing to fulfill that,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, that could be good. Yeah, it'd be nice to get get people have a look at them and see for themselves, because like the videos and stuff we do on YouTube don't really do it justice until you're standing there in the sheer darkness, and then you put this up to your eye and you go, Jesus, wow, phenomenal.
There was a night, I actually did a night in the Foxes, Brenny. There was a hare, loads of hares out the other night. Just fantastic to see.
Yeah.
But like, this thing was like a monster hare. Do you know what I mean? I was looking at it through the oak, and I actually, it was right before I was going to go home, and I actually walked about 50 yards over to get a better look of it,
Yes.
And what a fantastic, he's out grazing, and like things you wouldn't have seen, because he was in a kind of longer grass, and I just see these pair of ears and little head coming up every now and again and back down again and showing away, and I just walked over and had a better look, and like what we always say, there's never a night we don't go out that we don't see or appreciate something,
Absolutely, yeah, without doubt. Yeah. No, it was mad. There's a good few hares around all the same, wasn't there? And then I know we're going to talk more about it in a minute, but the rabbits was absolutely phenomenal, It was absolutely phenomenal. So come here. What are we going to market? Scores out of 10. What are we giving out?
Well, like, considering, like, we have to bear in mind, right, there's new one of these coming out, but so the left-handed thing, I probably, obviously you'd not, I'd give it a knock for that, because it's the little button, again, just a little bit more compact on the fingers. I find it hard just to reach the power button now again. That's small detail. So I'd give it a good 8, an 8.5, Brenny.
Okay, very good. Yeah. I'd be similar to that. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. Just small little things, but certainly, if one was handed to me, I would take it with both hands. Yeah, definitely.
Like, you can only use it with one hand, Brenny. One hand.
Yeah, I the other one to be there, making sure it didn't get back.
Make sure it didn't fall.
No.
No, look, extremely good piece of kit. Can't wait to see the new Telius to be. I think the guys are going to send us down one just to have a review when they land. So
looking forward to that. Now that'll be good. It'll be good to see that. Now, it'll be good to see that. So happy days. That's our first Let's Talk Gear segment wrapped up and in the bag. So thanks again to Thomas Jacks for sending us down that, and we'll be putting some more videos and stuff up on our social media avenues, and everyone can get a look.
Brilliant.
Deadly stuff. Moving swiftly on. We were out on, what night were we out on? Tuesday night, Monday night.
Was it Monday night or Monday night? I think it was. No. It was Monday night.
Monday night. And I think how did that? I think it was you that initially put the idea in the head, was it? I think you had a graph for getting out and hunting, didn't you?
Doing something, yeah.
So we decided you called over here, and we headed up to a couple of local spots. Well, we headed out to a spot, I suppose, for a couple of rabbits, but it was pretty early in the day. Well, it wasn't early in the day, but it was still quite bright and stuff. So there wasn't obviously a whole pile of them knocking around at that stage. So we headed over then to our gun club, had a look for a couple of foxes, and a couple of foxes knocking around. Definitely.
There was, Brenny. Yeah, we had a great night, actually, didn't we? It was brilliant.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. Yeah. It was great to get out and have a
And of
look
course,
around.
go on, tell them.
Well,
Go. Look, you're fucking dying to tell them. Go on, you might as well tell them now.
tell them what. Hold on now. You brought up. You tell them. Tell them what.
The click story. We just leave
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the click story. So, yeah, in Chem. So, we were walking down through one area of the gun club and kind of forest stall on the right hand side and stuff. And we kind of turned a bit of a sort of a corner. And we were in an area where there was like kale in the middle, so a patch of kale growing, and then on the left hand side it was like kind of brash, kind of, it wasn't a kind of marshy kind of ground, but it was a lot of cover. And then to the right hand side of us was an open cutting area where they cut turf and stuff. So Anthony, you were looking at the boggy area where they cut the turf and having a look around with the rifle, and I had, of course, our Pulsar in hand and scanned around, and we were just giving a bit of a squeak, and next thing here I could see this fella, and he running into us, and it was so cool because it was genuine. It was so clear, like the picture quality was so clear. It was just so cool to see it, like, and he was running. The next thing he stopped, so I think I gave you a nudge. I was like, "There's one right there." So now I will give it to you. It was a kind of a tricky shot in a way because the angle we were standing at, you had a drain and a tree either side, but obviously to move out and to make the angle, the distance between the trees obviously became a lot shorter when you change your angle, But I says, "Oh, here we go, done deal." So and all I heard was click. It's happened to us all, man. It has happened to us all.
I wouldn't mind when he was sitting because I thought I'd lost the opportunity because I had to move, as you said, to my left.
Yeah,
I was up on sticks. I could barely see. I was looking through the night vision at this stage. I could barely see one eye kind of flickering between a branch, and I was like, "Fucking no way, I'm taking that shot." So I moved out to the left, and I'm going to have to go over. I might go over actually to Centre Goal and let Mick have a peep at it, because it's basically the mag when it goes into my gun. It's always on the first round. I have to push the action forward slightly, pull it right back, and then the cartridge will pop up into the chamber and it should load. It's just sticky, sticky.
Yeah, just for the first. I think, and I actually forgot to mention this to you, and we'll touch on it, but the exact same thing happened to me with the Marlin, with the rabbit, the first rabbit that I shot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed that in the video. Did you notice that in the first video?
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, exact same thing happened to me. If I have the 3 rounds or maybe 4 rounds in it, if the more compressed it's on the spring in the magazine, it just fails to pick up that round when you chamber it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not all. I don't think it's a Bergara issue. I think it's just one of those things, I think.
So do you think by just putting 2 rounds in the mag?
I think so, yeah. I'd try it anyway. I definitely know that definitely works with mine anyway. Absolutely. Yeah. No, and again, that has happened to me a few times. Like, genuinely, that has happened to me a few times. And it's a fucker because, you're leaned up, you have everything right, everything's going, you're chambered, and then you brace yourself, and then when you pull that trigger, it kind of puts you on. It does, it completely throws you. You're like, oh, Jesus. Yeah.
And not alone did he hear that, then of course I went to fucking reload then, and then the minute I was watching him in the night vision, I pulled back the action, and actually the head went, and he was as quick as he came in, he was gone.
Exactly. Yeah. He was like, I'm fucking not hanging around here.
I know that sound.
I ain't hanging around.
The brother was telling me about that sound there
before he went missing.
Yeah.
So that was so that was that fella. And then where did we go then? We walked down there for a while, and then we headed back up to the van, and we tried.
We heard. Remember the.
Oh yeah, Jesus! I don't know. I was actually talking to one of the lads about this as well, and he doesn't know whether it was like something attacking one. I was like I don't know what it was, man. It was like I'm taking on telly, right? It was like a duck raping another duck. That's what it sounded like. It was the most horrendous roaring we ever. I was just like,
oh jeez.
Name of Jesus.
We were surrounded by, like, there was a wood area down the bottom, like, you know what I mean? And
he started holding my hand and everything.
Maybe that was the sound. Jeez, it was like that was, what time was that, Brandy? It was 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Half 10, 11 o'clock, man. But I was like I said to you, man, it's like a lad said to me before, a fella that Big Mac, who I've mentioned before, Big Mac, we'd be out, me and him be out lamping a couple of times, you know, and we brought him to a couple of spots, like, and he said to me, like, he says, he's just the way he looked at me, he says, would you ever go lamping on your own? Like, and I says, what do you mean? Like just you? I says, sure, 90% of the time I go on my own. Yeah, but like, you wouldn't come down here. Like, we were in the middle of a wood, like in the middle of nowhere. I said, sure, why wouldn't I? Of course I would. So I'm down here the whole time. And he looked at me and said, I would in my shite. And I was just like, what is there to be afraid of? As you said, there's more of a chance of something happening to you at home in your front. Yeah. But just, you know, but then I will say, I could imagine in a scenario where it's a real cold, dark, calm night and you're walking along quietly and that night's going off, you know, a couple of yards, I'd say you'd fairly hightail it.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it was, but
no idea.
Just when we're talking about names, what do you think about them few names I sent you this morning?
What was them few names? Oh, yeah.
G-Spot. You can never find.
Yeah. That was deadly.
What was the other one?
There was a load of them, man. That was fucking good. Good old TikTok, man. Never lets us down.
You can't beat it.
Never fucking lets us down. But so what do we see? We saw 3. Then I'm actually kind of getting ahead of it myself. The first place we went off up to another area of the gun club where we call it we're the White House, and saw one a long way away, but he just wasn't even, you know, well, how was it? There was no point in even attempting. He was miles away, and we weren't going to close the gap because the moon. We were tucked in behind a tree, and it was a fairly bright night, and we knew as well, like, you know, night vision, thermal or no thermal, when you go out into a big open field and you have the moon on your back, they'll see you, like. So
yeah.
So we did an attempt at that, and then that was kind of, that was it. So wasn't it?
Yeah, we got a few night. Actually, there was a few black rabbits about, wasn't there? We seen one come in.
That was in the other place. Yeah, that was
other
place. Yeah. So then, obviously, when we finished in the gun club, we went out to another area beside us, and that was good crack. Actually, that was brilliant, wasn't it?
We've seen some wildlife out there, Rennie. Fucking hell, man.
Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Black rabbits galore. Badgers, outrageous amount of badgers, man. And foxes, and that was it, man. Such a class place. Like,
we've seen it all, yeah. We've seen rabbits, badgers, foxes, you said, and then we both got, I got 1 and you got 3.
Yeah. No, it was good.
And some cracking shots in there as well.
Yeah, no, it was good, man. Yeah, well, you were off the mark, I suppose, at your 2-2. I suppose that is what I'm right in saying that you were off the mark at 2-2, and it works well, doesn't it? And with that silencer that you put on it and the subsonic, it's a super job. Like, it really, really are such a handy gun, you know.
Really light. I tell you, I don't know myself when you're carrying that thing around, because you're kind of saying I should really have something else here, but you know, it feels that light in your back. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's a brilliant job. Yeah, no, it definitely is. You know, I suppose you're probably tempted now too, and I know you are, and you didn't say it the other night. You'd love to have the night vision on that as well.
Oh, look at man! I was just thinking about here, because obviously I did it light on top of my scope. Now the scope that came in the gun, your old scope, just doesn't suit me with the glasses. I find it very like constrictive with, you know, a lot of black spotting in it and stuff. So I think I'll have a better setup when I get my Vortex back. I'm going to pop it on that one. But like I tell you,
you'd love it.
Yeah, I would love it, man.
Yeah, I know, like, it's some job.
Because a couple of the rabbits, like the minute the torch went on them, like they just scarpered, didn't they? You know, but
they did.
You know, see, you're going to have that a little bit, and but look at it. Look, I'm not complaining either. I think it's a great little. I can't wait to get out actually with some of the kids and get a few rabbits like that. You know, it's I have them spotted down at the bottom of the lane there. There's a nice clutch of them down there, so we can go down and have paella is one. I was thinking you took the last all of the last group we got, because you're going to do burgers and whatever. But
yes,
I was thinking, what would I fucking do with it? You know, and I've been saying to Arvel for the last, I'd say 3 years, I have to get a rabbit for a paella. Yeah, that's a traditional paella is rabbit, as far as I know.
Okay. I always thought a paella was always a seafood, but that's probably a seafood paella. So there you go. Yeah. That's class, man. Yeah, that'd be fucking
Come here,
nice,
just
yeah.
before I move on, we're just give listeners, right? There's a few of these names, right? Because Big Mac obviously is how you did everything, right? So sensor light only works if someone walks past.
Classic. Oh, brilliant.
Wheelbarrow only works when he's pushed. And the lava lamp looks very good, but not very bright. That sums us up already.
Yeah. We all know that we all have a few of them in our life, anyway.
Yeah,
That's fucking sad, yeah. So that's
come here now. Hold on. You're moving far too quick there.
Right,
too quick there, lad.
All right, go on.
So you've been fucking shouting about these Brenny burgers now for the last 6 months.
I was literally, that's what I was just about to say. I got myself some very nice oak wood hickory smoked bacon, and I got it on the way home, and they're skinned, diced down there, ready to go, and the Brenny burgers are going on this evening. I'm going to make up the blend this evening and do the mixing. I got one now which I haven't done before. I only picked it up there on the way out to Eaton Dairy, and it's lemon. What is it? Garlic and lemon herb mix. I'm thinking of putting a little bit of that into it now. Yeah, that might be nice. Yeah, it might blend up. Sure, look, it's going to be. We'll see how it goes anyway. So, no, they'll be done, lad. I'll have them for you next week. That's a fact.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So that's.
And they're nice. They are nice.
Delicious, absolutely delicious, man. Yeah, they really, really are. Great butter. So yeah, rabbit, bacon, hickory smoke. I love smoked bacon. That's just me, but I think it gives a whole other level of flavour to it. I grate some butter. Finally grate a bit of butter, salt, pepper, maybe 2 egg yolks. Mix it all in, knead it all in together, and then I might put some of the seasoning in it as well. And it's pretty straightforward.
What kind of texture? Like a chicken burger?
Kind of like I suppose like a chicken burger. Yeah, definitely.
Of course, you have the hickory smoked rashers. There's a little bit of fat in them as well. So that can add to it. Yeah,
definitely.
You need a bit of fat.
And I'll tell you something, man. I just noticed the other night, right? There's 2 pieces of meat on a rabbit, and I don't know if you'd probably call it like the back strap, and you'll see it like. I'd have to nearly show it to you, but if you cut down along the back, so it is essentially its back strap, you cut it down along the back and cut it out, and then the bit of the silver skin, it just pulls off it, right? So easy, and you're left with 2 of the most tender pieces of meat you'd ever see in your life.
Yeah.
I just looked at it and I said, it's just one of those things that's overlooked. Like it's, people just like, they're in abundance everywhere. And like, I just, it was just such a nice piece of meat. And I can't wait to I was thinking even then, going forward, and a couple of skewers like with some like teriyaki or Cajun style seasoning rabbit or something. Wouldn't it be fucking lovely? Wouldn't it?
A fucking like instead of like barbecue chicken wings, like barbecue and honey kind of glaze on them.
Barbecue and honey, they're just 2 things that just go hand in hand.
Go hand in hand. Like peas and carrots.
Like no, what was it Ricky Bobby said? Like I can't remember. Like I can't even remember what it was. Something stupid. Anyway.
I've always like my rabbit dishes was always like kind of curries and stuff like that, or stews, So I can't wait for the burgers. I would have never ever thought of that, and I can't fucking wait for them now.
Yeah, no, they should be good. Yeah, they should be good. Yeah, that's what it was. Ricky Bobby they go together like cocaine and waffles. What a movie! What a fucking movie! Yeah. Come here. Let's say, what's the plan for the weekend? So you're down in Galway, lad, living your best life.
Yeah, I'm going. Myself and my wife have been working all morning since 6:30, man, and literally only grabbed a sandwich there a while ago, and we're going to head down to town now later and get a bit to eat. So,
nice.
We're going to round off a very busy week, and going to chill out with the kids and watch them play a bit of ball and horse around and be happy.
Nice. I like it, man.
Yourself?
Sounds like a plan.
Well, you're off to the Spring Angling Fair, aren't you?
Spring Angling Fair on Sunday. Yeah, we're going to head down myself and herself and the kids. We're going to definitely. I can't wait. I meant to send you this. I seen on one of the Spring Angling Fair, they shared it, but it was one of the exhibitors took a picture of the inside of it. Of this, remember this mega, tent, I suppose you call it, marquee, I suppose you should call it. Yeah, I need to go on there and have a look, man. I'm bringing some money with me. I'll tell you that.
Well, I've already let them know that Mackenzie or odds. Obviously, I don't know if he's down there himself or
he is. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I've let him know we're coming. So
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, no, I swear to God, I cannot wait. I'm going shopping, and that is a fact. Yeah,
and come here. Make sure and get one of them in your hand. Will you let us know how they feel?
I will. Absolutely.
I never thought I'd be fucking saying that, man. Now,
no, I know. Listen to us.
We sound like a pair of fly fishing flakes, you know, but like,
no, but
it does, man. I tell you,
it does. It's class. It is absolutely class, man. Yeah,
like the difference in the rods. Like I, as I said, never thought I'd be ever saying that, but yeah,
no, it is definitely, and I cannot wait. And I think the mayfly is a bit of a hatch on with the mayfly. I sent you a picture the other day. We'll get our boat out. It's looking fantastic. He's doing a savage job on it. So, looking forward to getting that out. It's going to be great.
She will be ready next week.
Brilliant! Next week. Deadly.
Because we're just a little bit of polishing. I think we're talking to you were talking to McKeever.
Yes.
Mick has just tried a bit of tea cutting on it just to bring it up before we put the decals on. And he's one more coat of top coat to go on the timber work, and then she's out the gap.
Out the gap, lad. Cannot wait. I swear to God, it's going to be brilliant. So I'll tell you, I want to put it out to our listeners, which in fairness, they always come in with some great suggestions. Fish finders, lads, middle of the road, like not something we don't need, not something like I know there's ones you could probably spend $3 or $4 for, but just something basic that'll kind of get us going, give us just a depth, basically, just that we know what sort of depth we're in. So anyone could give us some suggestions, or indeed, if you are a fish finder manufacturer and you want one tested, send it out with very clear instructions. Though,
let's talk here. We set up this thing with a whole ulterior motive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, honest to God.
We'd love to test rods, fish finders, 15 horsepower engines.
Yeah. Honest to God.
All of that type of stuff.
All of that type of stuff. Yeah, exactly. So, no, it's deadly. Yeah, it's deadly.
Brilliant.
I suppose one other thing we're going to touch base on. I am pretty sure this is going to be big news. I'm pretty sure I have a rifle selected for next year.
Brilliant.
So I won't just give away the make just yet, but. Yeah, we've an arrangement made. We need to get down and see these people this week, and I've done a lot of research and looked into it, so it looks good. And yeah,
we have to get over as well. My young fella is applying for a license, so we're going to tip across to Mick and Centre Gold. Anyway, we're going to go across, I think, and have a look at some of the air rifles because he's invited us across numerous times now to test them out and have a little pop. And also, I want to have a little look at a gun for the young fella. Yeah, so
deadly. Is he going under over side by side? Pump action?
I think I'll go under over. I think. Look at. I'd like to get him. A little under over. He could do a little bit of sporting and maybe a little bit of rough shooting. I think that'll be he'll be his gig for this year. If I get him out on the first, maybe and a couple of days throughout the season. And my real motive is that he'll be able to give me loads of help in the club.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I kind of feel like it's your pressure. Has he even mentioned to you that he wants a gun? No?
Sure, he doesn't. He's no interest. He's a vegan.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we started this new thing in the club. I think did I send you to spot the ball? No.
No.
Larry actually, I can't remember Larry, the ticket man. I have him in my phone but I'll put his details up. So just as a club fundraising idea, right? Do a spot the ball thing. There's 21 teams. You put your name on a team. We're selling like €2 a team, and then they're like there's a rope on the card, so they're sealed. And then when you have the card full, you just rip it open, and wherever the ball lands, whichever team the ball is on, wins €22 there and then. And the club gets a few bob. So let's do a little fundraiser we're doing. And it's a bit of crack. So
savage.
The young fella's gone over to Germany rugby today, and I sent 2 over with him for the playing for the crack. I said, make sure and don't come back without selling them too. Don't bother coming home.
He's gone on a weekend away, and you have him selling tickets. Oh, that's
which is great crack. Like,
it's great crack. Yeah.
It's great over there. You know,
I'm sure.
I should have sent 10 because as they got drunker, they would have bought more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a good idea on the same. In fairness, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So that's good. It's good.
Fair play to you, man. Fair play to you. Next week we are going to. We need to go down and we're going to go down and have a look at that rifle. we're going to get out again. I'm very, very strongly considering getting out tonight. I kind of have an itch for it now, so I think I might that might be a plan of attack for this evening.
So if anyone wants to buy Brenny's share in a house there in Broadford, he's good.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
be
just
greatly
about to be
appreciated.
divorced.
Just about to be divorced. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You finalise in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So get it straight, right? You came home from a 2-day away.
Yeah.
You recorded a podcast here now for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And then you're saying, "How are you, Deb? See you, Deb."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why, man, my marriage just works. That's not shocking, yeah.
Were you even at your own wedding? You were? You were there, like...
was, lad. We wrapped it up fairly quick, though, in fairness. We got over the line, but I know, look, we'll see how it goes, man. It'd be nice to get out.
Good stuff.
I was just on the way back, to drive back from obviously done a lot of driving the past few days, but down in Killarney, and then I drove from Killarney back over to Listowel, and I just put it into Google Maps, and sweet mother of divine God, you couldn't even call some of these haul roads but like forestry everywhere. I'd say it's savage deer country, and but like just some of the scenery, man. I'm a fucker. Like if I see something nice, like I don't care how big of a panic is on that, and I'll pull in for a minute. I will. I just do. I always do.
Yeah.
But just some of the water, the streams. I think this time of year, everything's growing, and this, it's just a cool time of year, and it's just when you're driving around.
There, Brenny, can you?
No, I can't see you at all, lad. No, your video's off.
I'm going to show you a photo there, man. I don't know why that is.
I don't know. You must have turned it off, did you? Or I don't know. I'm not sure.
Didn't do it by accident.
No.
Sorry, I did. The big pause. Now, hold on.
Big pause. Okay.
Look, he's got Shane O'Neill, right? About Shane.
What a picture. What a picture. Put that, make sure and put that up on the side. That's brilliant, man.
Isn't that cool?
That. Shane, legend. Absolute legend, man.
Legend, yeah.
As well as that, yeah, the new hoodies are absolutely flying out the door.
We've our first employee in the Irish One podcast merchandise.
Who have we?
Gwen. She's delivering.
Gwen.
She's out this morning there. She we had an order this morning, so she got a couple of hoodies in the post for us there.
Gwen, legend.
So yeah,
absolutely.
Get them out for the weekend.
Absolute legend. And Gwen, we'll fix you up. What is she, hourly rate or weekly rate, or what way does this work, or do you what way does that?
No, you pay me and I'll pay her.
yeah, no hassle, right? That sounds so. Yeah. Come here, we've a nice kit coming. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'll chase it up. We've a nice kit coming over from Germany. The next landing now shortly.
Can you talk about that? No,
absolutely, I can talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hero Lures,
yeah.
Absolutely. Some of the stuff the lads do are absolutely unbelievable. I had a conversation with them on the phone, and husband and wife set up, really, really nice people, and we'll put up a link actually on our social media. Head over to their page and have a look. But there's some he said very interesting and very special ones on its way over to us for so we can test it. So
can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's deadly, man. Yeah. Oh, I was out fishing on Monday as well. Man, I'm smashing goals this week. I'm smashing shit this week. Yeah. No, was that Tuesday? No, Tuesday I was out, was I? I can't even fucking remember.
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday I was out. I got a nice 6 pound pike on the canal.
I seen it, yeah.
Nice. Literally first cast as well. Had a bit of dead bait on. Yeah, literally had a bit of dead bait on, and was setting up another rod to do a bit of lure fishing. Yeah, and literally boom, out she went. And you know the way usually, like as your bait drops, your float will sort of move along. You know, as it drops, it'll move along the top of the water until it finds kind of its depth or its position, and it'll sit there. But this one was just moving, and I was just kept moving and moving, and then it just went like that. So I just
hooked
into it, and nice pike. Yeah.
And come here, do you have any other joy other than that?
No, that was it. Now I don't know, is it because it's this time of year, but I was spinning for a while, and weeds, man. I'm telling you, I said to myself, I should be fucking sponsored by Waterways Ireland, man. I've done more cleaning out with that canal every time you bring it in. So you just get tired. It's tiresome when you know it is. It's just that's kind of what, to be honest, used to turn me off spinning fishing. You know, it's just fucking so that was it. But no, look, it was good to get out for a couple of hours too. You know,
just on that, right? I know we spoke about it during the week, right? But I was talking to an elder statesman at the club, and he said back in the day, freshwater pike, I was telling you this, he reckons were delicious.
People do eat them. Definitely they do. I think I mentioned it, I think before on the podcast, pike pie was a kind of a real traditional. You'll see it in a lot of the old cooking books and stuff. But
now he's a kind of an Americanized way of cooking them. I think boil it for 15 minutes. You take it out.
Man, I would not like to be in that kitchen. Oh, sweet mother of God.
Yeah, take it out, and like he obviously cuts it into sections, darns, and then he said you hold it by the spine, and he said like well obviously the skin just peels off, and he said then you just get a fork at the top of the spine and you get a whole fillet of fish on both sides, and then he deep fries it. He says you can batter it or just deep fry it the way it is. And he reckons he brought it down to the pub. He was down the pub, right? And his missus was with him, and we're telling the lads about this fucking pike, and it's delicious. And geez, you wouldn't eat that. Oh, they'd eat that, and all that. And the wife went home, and she said, I got a tin, a tray, and I had a bit of tin foil, and I cooked it and brought it down, wrapped up. And she said there wasn't a bit of it left by half an hour.
Yeah, but it's like I always say, man, think of your audience, you know. You know as well as I do, man. When you're in a pub and you're half jarred and there's nothing else to eat, only K peanuts or fucking bacon fries, and someone brings in, if they brought in dog shit covered in batter, man, you'd go down on it because you just wouldn't know. I just like, I remember years ago, we were kids. Well, not even when we were kids, but my oldest brother, my only brother, he'd be out, of course, on the beer maybe of a Saturday night, and you know we used to get a Chinese on a Saturday night, you know, and the leftovers would be just stacked up in the corner of the kitchen, destined for the bin the next morning, like. And there'd be a plate, there'd be fucking, you know, egg fried rice and noodles and sauce and whatever sort of. Oh, the brother would come in, two slices of batch bread, the whole lot go into the middle of it. and down she'd go, lad. So when you're in that kind of state of mind, there's not a whole lot you wouldn't fucking eat, you know.
Oh, look at but it sounded nice. It sounded nice.
Fucking nice. Yeah, exactly. But that's it. I suppose we better wrap it up. Better let you head off and head down around Galway. I'm very envious of you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd say it'd be a nice little bit of a buzz and stuff around Galway this evening.
There will be, hopefully, Bren. Yeah, and the weather is actually not too bad down here. It's nice and dry. So, and hopefully the audio on our new toner microphones, these are new pieces of kit.
Yes, good on you. Yeah.
Are all...
hopefully it'll all work.
Business.
Yeah. If it doesn't, it's been a massive waste of an hour and a half.
But if you can't hear this one, sure, tune in to episode 32. You'll be grand.
You'll be grand, yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly. No, on that note, we'll wrap it up. Anthony, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too, Brenny. Take her handy, man.
Take her handy. All our listeners, have a good weekend. Stay safe, and if you're out doing a bit of hunting or fishing, enjoy every minute of it.
Over and out, guys.
Over and out. Take her handy.